Cal had expected the orbital station's quarantine wing to be silent, sterile, and predictable. He had expected long hours of isolation, a few medical drones drifting in and out, and perhaps an old screen cycling through safety announcements. What he had not expected was to share a sealed room with an alien guest who seemed equally surprised by the arrangement. The door had sealed behind them with a hiss, and from that moment their unexpected confinement began. The alien introduced herself as Lyra. She stood a little taller than Cal, with a slender frame and skin that shimmered faintly whenever she moved. Her eyes were bright silver, focused and careful, scanning every surface as if the room itself might shift beneath her feet. Her species had only joined the wider alliance a few years earlier, and humans still knew relatively little about them. Lyra carried herself with a calm confidence, but Cal sensed tension beneath the surface. The quarantine room was simple. 2 beds, 2 sealed lockers, a small desk built into the wall, a sanitation unit, a single window that revealed nothing but a blurry wash of station lights vibrating through the protective shield. The overhead lamp hummed faintly. Cal found the environment dull but tolerable. Lyra seemed far more alert, as if the room held hidden traps. A medical drone floated in, its voice chip humming with static. It announced that both occupants had been exposed to a mysterious biological signal during a cargo mishap. The station could not release them until the scans confirmed safety for both species. Quarantine would last at least 1 full cycle, possibly more. The drone left without further explanation. Cal sat on the edge of his bed and exhaled. Lyra remained standing near the wall, hands clasped behind her back, breathing steadily. For several minutes, the two said nothing. The quiet stretched out between them like a thin layer of ice. Cal finally broke the silence. He lifted a hand in greeting. Lyra tilted her head in acknowledgement. He asked if she needed anything. She replied that she required only peace and patience. Cal laughed softly and said that patience was not one of his best features. Lyra gave a small smile at that. They spoke lightly at first. Lyra answered his simple questions with short but earnest responses. She explained that her people valued composure and clarity. She did not like unexpected confinement, but she accepted the situation as necessary. Cal admitted that humans did not always handle unexpected confinement very gracefully. She seemed amused by that honesty. Hours passed. The overhead lamp dimmed and brightened according to the station cycle. Each time the lamp changed its glow, Lyra's skin shimmered faintly, reacting to the shift. Cal found the effect mesmerizing, though he tried not to stare. When the second cycle began, a faint vibration shook the room. The ceiling rattled. Lyra's eyes sharpened. Cal glanced upward, but remained calm. He explained that the station often adjusted its rotation in small increments. Lyra did not seem convinced, although she said nothing. A drone returned and scanned them again. It informed them that their readings remained abnormal. The quarantine would continue. Neither Cal nor Lyra appreciated the news, yet both accepted it. As the hours stretched on, Cal grew restless. He paced the limited floor space. Lyra watched him with quiet curiosity. She asked him why humans felt the need to move when distressed. Cal shrugged and explained that motion helped clear human thoughts. Lyra nodded thoughtfully. Her people handled distress with stillness instead. Silence helped them reflect. Cal joked that if he stayed still for too long, he would start climbing the walls. Lyra responded that such behavior would be dangerous in a confined room, which made Cal laugh again. In time, Lyra began asking him questions as well. She wanted to know about Earth's oceans. She had seen images, but wanted a human description. Cal spoke of endless water stretching to the horizon. He described storms and sunsets and the way light danced on waves. Lyra listened intently, her expression calm yet bright with interest. She shared that her home world had only inland seas and glowing plains, but no vast oceans. She had always wanted to witness one herself. Cal told her he hoped she would someday. Lyra answered that she hoped so as well. The next shift brought another tremor. This one lasted longer. The walls groaned. The lamp flickered for a moment. Lyra's stance sharpened again. Cal tried to reassure her, but the tremor unsettled him too. Something felt off. Tremors were common, but not this frequent. They waited for an explanation, yet the silence stretched on. No drone came. No announcement followed. Cal approached the door and placed his palm on the panel. It remained sealed. Lyra stepped closer and examined the same panel. She sensed an irregularity in its internal hum. Cal frowned. He asked if she thought something was wrong. Lyra answered that a system had definitely malfunctioned somewhere. Not catastrophic, but unusual. She believed the station crew would address it soon. Cal hoped she was right. The next hours brought no disaster, but a restless energy filled the room. Lyra seemed to grow more aware of every small change. Cal tried to distract her with conversation, but even he felt the tension rising. Being unable to know what was happening beyond the sealed door gnawed at them both. Eventually, Lyra sat on the floor, legs folded neatly, palms resting on her knees. She began a slow breathing pattern. Cal watched quietly. She explained that it was a grounding ritual, meant to calm both mind and body. Cal asked if humans could attempt it. Lyra said anyone could try. Cal sat across from her and attempted the same posture. His legs did not fold as smoothly as hers. Lyra hid a smile as he tried to balance. She guided him through the breathing. Slow inhalation. Smooth exhalation. At first Cal struggled, but in time the rhythm felt natural. The tension in his chest eased. The silence became soothing rather than oppressive. After several minutes, Cal admitted that the exercise helped. Lyra said she was pleased. She appreciated his willingness to try her people's method. Cal responded that he appreciated her attempts to remain patient with his restless habits. Their differences became a small point of shared humor. The next cycle passed peacefully. They talked about exploration, about the alliance, about the challenges of communication between species. Lyra noted that humans spoke with direct energy, while their people valued nuance and careful pacing. Cal agreed that humans often rushed headfirst into everything. Lyra admitted that she admired that determination. Cal replied that he admired her calm strength. When the next drone arrived, delivered surprising news. Their biological readings had changed significantly. Both now shared a faint but harmless resonance pattern caused by the unknown signal they had been exposed to. The drone explained that such resonance was rare, but not a threat. However, the system required full monitoring to ensure no delayed effects emerged. Their quarantine would remain for one more cycle. Cal had expected frustration. Instead, he found himself strangely accepting. The time with Lyra no longer felt like a burden. Lyra seemed to feel the same. She nodded calmly when the drone left. Cal felt a quiet sense of solidarity. As the new hours rolled on the room, he experienced another vibration. This time, the tremor was sharp and sudden. Objects rattled. The lamp flickered again. Lyra stood quickly and approached the window. She placed a hand on the shield and focused her senses outward. Cal joined her. The wash of lights beyond the window flickered oddly. Lyra whispered that something was destabilizing the rotational grid. Not severe yet, but enough to trigger mild imbalance. Cal trusted her assessment more than the vague station announcements. Lyra said the engineers would fix it, but her tone carried a hint of concern. A deeper tremor struck. Cal braced himself. Lyra steadied him as the floor vibrated. The ceiling creaked. A faint alarm far beyond their room sounded briefly before cutting off. Cal looked at Lyra. Lyra looked at him. Both stood still for a moment, listening to the quiet. Cal asked if she believed they were in danger. Lyra answered that danger was unlikely, but the unknown always carried weight. Cal nodded. In the silence that followed, the bond between them deepened. Two individuals from different worlds sharing the same uncertainty. More hours passed. The lights steadied. No further tremors came. The atmosphere calmed again. Cal lay back on his bed, hands behind his head. Lyra sat in her usual composed posture. They shared simple questions. Favorite foods. Childhood stories. Impressions of the Alliance. Cal found himself learning far more about Lyra's people than he had ever expected to know. Lyra explained that her species had once endured a long era of division. They valued peace deeply because they had experienced its absence. Cal understood that sentiment well. Humanity had similar scars. They exchanged stories of how both their species rebuilt and found hope. When the next drone arrived, its message surprised them again. The resonance pattern between them had stabilized. Their readings were fully compatible. The system declared them safe to release. The doors lockdown would lift soon. Cal expected relief. Instead, he felt an unexpected twinge of disappointment. He glanced at Lyra, wondering if she felt the same. Lyra's expression remained calm, but her eyes held a softness he had grown familiar with. She thanked him for his company. Cal thanked her for her patience and strength. The door gave a soft chime. It unlocked. Light poured in from the hallway. Cal and Lyra stood side by side, facing the opening. No tremor shook the room now. No alarm sounded. The hall was quiet and safe. Beth,